I should probably change my picture because I have a mustache now, but that's okay. Hey everybody, my name is Saad. Fair warning, I'm a yapper, so get ready. Um, I've currently have not shared where I work. Where I'm at right now, currently in stealth. So I may have made an error. I added my company name on the slide, so nobody tagged the company. You won't be able to find it, but that's okay. Anyways, let's get into it. So this is, anybody know who that is? Tony Stark, Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. Um, what if this is what your go-to-market could look like? What if your sales, marketing, and CS team could operate in this way with a radar right around them? That all you have to do is just pick and choose people that want to talk to you, that want to buy from you. Right? You're smiling, like, I feel like that's hitting a note. But how do we get there? Guys, I'm going to start with this. This is the best time to be in sales. The technology is in your favor. You want to do good outbound, you want to close deals like it's nobody's business, this is the best time. But the biggest problem is deploying technology is probably one of the biggest gaps in companies that I've seen. How do you connect all the data points that essentially help you scale outreach, right? But scale outreach to people that are showing you signals that they may want to talk to you. Why am I here right now? I'm startup crazy. It takes certain kind of crazy to do startups and do it over and over again. That's me. Something transformational happened when I joined Dooley, which is a Vancouver-based startup. I started working in sales tech specifically, selling PLG sales tech products, AKA products like Salesforce automation tools, products that'll help you track buying intent, if buyers are going to buy from you or not. And selling to other salespeople is like a video game. If selling is a video game, then selling to sales leaders is like the final boss battle. A good product and marketing opens the door, but they're always testing you. They're always testing you. Now, what are signals? What are we talking about? Anybody know the concept of go-to-market 5.0 or just the 1.0, 2.0, or 3.0 up here? Cool. Go-to-market 1.0 started with Salesforce and Salesforce back in the day, which was just good old taking people out for dinners. Then HubSpot came and created inbound marketing. Then the predictable revenue and the peak of the ZERP era happened, and then things died off, recession happened, and we had to resort to product-led sales, which is try before you buy products. Then that brings us to what we're going to be talking about today, go-to-market 5.0, signals. What if you can create a connected layer around your website that you're just driving so much traffic? That traffic could be through content. That traffic could be through you just cold calling people or doing email marketing with relevant messaging that may not convert, but that would drive traffic to your website. To further dive into that, any marketers here? Sorry, you were wrong about the buyer's journey model. Why do I say that? We forgot a very important layer, the unaware layer, the window shopping layer. Tell me this, how is a blog and video any different than a newsletter and a white paper? How is a social media post different than a small piece of paper? I think marketers were wrong. I think we should push these up into the unaware layer. The other thing that comes into the unaware layer is PLG, product-led growth companies, products that you can try before you buy. Companies that can afford PLG can just create a free version of the product. Companies that cannot resort to videos and blogs. So, sorry, I think people were a little mistaken there. Let's dig into what I mean by that. So what is signal-led outbound? It's the cure for everybody that says that outbound is dying, sales is dying. It's not. It's more alive than ever before. Anybody remember the old Tom and Jerry cartoons? I'm giving off my age right now. That's a bad joke. No? Remember the thermometers used to heat up and then it would pop, the red thermometers? Think about the red thermometer, right? Somebody hits your company website, you can now de-anonymize people that are on your website. They hit your website, they try your free product, then they're also engaging with your CEO who makes wild LinkedIn posts. Hold on, there's something going on over here. Let's connect these data points and go after them. But let's look from the outside. What if these same people are also engaging at a company level with your paid ads? your influencer programs, they're attending your events. What if we combine all these data points together? Would that not kind of give me a good zone of focus to hit accounts or people? For my company where we worked at, we kind of broke it down into these few layers. Our product activation, finding power users, and something very interesting about how to find power users, product paywalls, product virality. What if I just go to a company where Ben invited 4 or 5 other of his team members? I should probably go to that org, because if Ben had a problem, 4 of Ben's friends have a problem, I think that company has a problem that we can help solve for, obviously. That concept is called signal stacking. Oh, let me go back. That concept is called signal stacking. You can do with 1 or 2, or you can do with all. I always recommend any 1+ signal is a great, compelling reason to go after people. By the way, if somebody hits your website and you want to go after them, do not tell them that, hey, I saw you on the website. Just share your relevant message. They'll be like, how did you know I was thinking about you? And that's it. That's exactly it. How do you just go after people and make them feel like, hey, how did you know I was just thinking about you? If you do that, the message becomes the medium. Wasn't that the promise of Outbound? Send less messages and get high conversion. And reply rates could be stop calling me or stop messaging me. But interest rates is where it gets interesting. We basically find top reps at companies, reach out to them through the signal motion, and they'd be like, we need you. We need your product. Another example, went to the top rep, understood why they were using our product, personalized an email to their sales leader, and she replied with, hey, I never reply to quote-unquote cold emails. We scaled our org to 4 million in revenue in a year and a half. We had no right to do that. We were booking meetings with companies like Gong, Vanta, some of the biggest orgs in the world. Guess how? By mastering Outbound. But mastering Outbound through connecting marketing data, customer success data, and just operational data. Now, the age-old promise of AI. AI doesn't sound human, it doesn't write good emails and all that good stuff. I think human-enabled AI is where the magic happens. If you're connecting all the data points that I shared earlier, put them in ChatGPT. Be like, these are my data points with a very simple prompt. Based on these data points, I'm trying to go after typology, what their execs said in publications about the problem we can help solve for. And combining these data points, you can come up with emails like this. This helped us break through typology. So the signal that's mentioned here is that Elam was a rep that I was working with personally. Their CEO had a publication saying that they want to eliminate deal clutter, and they're scaling the Canadian org. And yeah, we literally used data to come up with these emails like these, and we were breaking through exec conversations. I have another. Oh no, I don't have another example. I think that was it. So yeah, that's my little yap for the day. Thanks everybody. Thank you. And I don't know if I did good for time or not. So
yeah, we'll take just 2 questions. So if anyone has, perfect.
It's Saad. So how do you bring together the signals? So
great question.
It's a huge problem in marketing, and then part 2 of the question is, how do you then filter the signals for just abstract noise?
Yeah. So again, there's companies that are selling signal packages out of the box. Don't go for that. We did it all manually. I shared my presentation with Alex earlier. There were 35 slides in here, but we basically tracked every single thing manually on a spreadsheet. And we started experimenting with, okay, let's combine 2 signals to see what message we can come up with. Let's combine 3. And then one day the unlock was, my head of marketing was like, Saad, by the way, I'm sending you this report. Tell me if this is relevant. All the companies that are flagging on these signals as website visitors, as high engaged signups, their orgs and their leaders were engaging with our paid ads. So we would just send that. So it was a stroke of luck that marketing was like, could this be relevant to you given that you're thinking this way? So then it just kind of blew up. We did 1 million, it took us a year or so to do 2 million in revenue. Then we had 1 quarter where we did 1 million in revenue by just this. Marketing just gave us these accounts, and they were like, do something with it. So we first did it manually, and then I personally bought a tool called Common Room, where you can put together kind of which signals you want. It starts aggregating them and scores them based on, okay, who may be in market. And the simple idea over this is, I think what this has allowed us to do, or a lot of people to do, is that you're essentially bringing people that would have come inbound 1 or 2 months from now, you're bringing them to pipeline through outbound faster, which then creates a flywheel of activating more and more accounts, more and more people that you can go after. Sure. Hey.
Hey, Sal, how's it going? I'm an SDR manager, and I just had a quick question around
Yeah.
the manual process you just
Yeah.
defined, right?
Yeah.
So really in the same spot, trying to define what signals are important. So if you were to kind of, let's say, look back when you tried to do the manual process,
Yeah.
what would be one thing which you tell yourself? Because, I mean, similar to what you're saying, I'm getting calls from Common Room and
Yeah.
every other software out
Yeah.
there, but really want to define exactly what signals we're
Yeah.
looking for before spending
Yeah.
money on there?
I'm going to ask you to ask your org for some data that you will not have access to. Go to marketing and ask them who's engaging with ads. If they're using any tools that also track what companies might start engaging with ads. Go to CS, they have retention scores for companies. They also have, if you do PLG or something like that, ask CS for that data. What are the top companies that are expanding? And then go find lookalikes of those companies. Just create a flywheel of lookalikes and intent. And the best way to do that is, so the whole idea of kind of how I ended up at Common Room was because I had to ask my org for all these data points that no sales dev leader gets access to. And I'll say this again, I've been a career SDR leader, career SDR lifer. By mastering outbound, I broke through to becoming a head of sales. So I think the North Star metric of this AI era are people that can orchestrate these signals for revenue generation. I think the CRO role is either dying or it's about to evolve into whatever these people are going to become. You can hate on me. I have some backed up hypothesis on this as well, which I can get into.
Thank you.